Hello and welcome back to Penguin Crafts. Today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on this gorgeous vase that I made as part of the Pootler's July design team. I've had a few requests for this, so I thought I'd get this on nice and early for you. So as you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. It's got a shaped top and a shaped bottom. It also comes with a lid, which I'll just grab for you. Also comes with a little lid if you'd like to use it as something else other than a little vase, and then we've made some gorgeous little flowers. So let's get started on how to make this. I've still got a cough, everyone, so I am sorry about this. So the first thing you're going to need is 3 pieces of Whisper White cardstock. You're going to need the main section, which is the vase, which is 12 inches by 4 inches. You're then going to need the lid, which is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8, and the base, which is 2 5/16 by 2 5/16. So the first thing we need to do is stamp it up. That's quite funny, isn't it? Stamp it up. Stamp on the stamps using the Orange Blossom stamp set. So this is the one that I was tasked with using for the July design team, and I'm going to carry on and use exactly the same set and do it the same way as I did for that. So we need the little flowers, the orange and the leaves. So I've got some blocks here. I've got 2 C blocks and a B block. So we'll just put these on. These blocks are probably a little bit too big. I probably should have more B blocks, but they will be fine for this. So the colours we're using are Pear Pizzazz, Powder Pink and Peekaboo Peach. And I'm going first, and I think we will do the orange. So Peekaboo Peach. And all we're going to do is fill this page and the 2 smaller ones, hopefully you can see those yet, with stamps to create our beautiful own cardstock. I've really been enjoying this technique. I'd seen Crafty Caroline, she does this a lot, so again I always look to her videos and see her making cardstock, and it really does inspire me to make my own. So thank you, Caroline. Again, as usual, go off the page so it looks like it's a bigger sheet. Okay, we can always come back and get some more of the oranges in a second. We'll then do the leaves, so that's Pear Pizzazz. Oh, I haven't done my base, let me do that. I haven't done my base and my lid, sorry about that. So again, ink them up. Okay, so then ink up your leaves. And all we're going to do is line these up with the top of the orange. Okay, so you can put these on at different angles, however you'd like to do them. Again, it's up to you. These stamps are so flexible that they work for you rather than you having to work for them. Okay, so just keep going and adding on the leaves. It was really nice when I posted this online, and I posted it in a few Facebook pages, that so many people loved it and wanted a tutorial. So I'm really pleased to be doing this. I wasn't planning on doing one, but as so many people have asked, I thought I better have. So thank you guys for requesting this. It means a lot to me that people have sat and watched previous bits I've done and read the blog post. So thank you. Okay, so this is the last leaf here. Okay, so we'll probably come back and add a few more bits in, as I've said. And then lastly, the Powder Pink with these gorgeous little 3 flowers. I do like these. And we're just going to go in and drop those in. Again, you can fill your page up as much as you want, leave as many gaps as you want, it's completely up to you. I like to not have too many gaps, but I'm happy with, you know, sort of these areas, that's fine. Okay, so then let's do the other bits. Okay, I'm just going to clean my stamps quickly, as you know what I'm like, I don't like to let them get dirty, so I'm just going to do that off screen. So again, I've got my Stampin' Scrub and I've got my Stampin' Mist. Spray up the wet side, give them a quick wipe and then use them on the dry side. Alright, so that is all of our stamping done for now. So, you need your scoreboard and your bits of cardstock. Okay, we'll start with the main one first. So, on the long side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 3 3/8 of an inch, 6 1/4, and 9 1/8. And as always, all details will be linked below. Okay, we're then going to turn it around and have the small section at the bottom, so the 1/2 inch section at the bottom, and we're going to score at 1 1/2 inches and 3 inches. Okay, you're then going to flip it over, and on this side we're going to score at just 1/2 inch. Okay. So you then need to go back up and have the small section at the top and the small section down the left hand side. Hopefully you can see that if I just... So as you can see, there's a 1/2 inch section here and a 1/2 inch section here. So put that in your top left corner. So then in the top section, in that just that 1/2 inch section, we need to do a few more score lines. So we need to score at 1 1/4 inches, and that is just in that top section. Okay, so 1 1/4, 2 5/8. 1 1/4, no, sorry, 4 1/4, no, sorry, 1 1/4 inches, 2 5/8 of an inch, and 4 1/8 of an inch. Again, all details will be linked below to the blog where you can find out the measurements, so don't just use the measurements I'm saying, please check on the bits of paper. 5 1/2 inches, 7 inches, 8 3/4, no, 8 3/8, sorry about this. Too many measurements. 8 3/8, 9 7/8, and 11 1/4. I'm still getting used to inches. As my job as a civil engineer, I'm in millimetres and millimetres and centimetres and metres, so it's a bit awkward. Hopefully you can see there those score lines at the top. Okay, we then need to flip it over and do score lines at the bottom. Okay. So the first one is 3/4 of an inch. Hang on a sec, let me just check. Sorry. Keep it that way and just turn it round. So the first one you want to do is at the 3/4 mark. All you want to do is put a little mark. So just put your pen in. Can you see? It's not the best because it's in the middle of the orange. Hopefully there you can just see a little dent. Okay. So the first one was 3/4 of an inch. Then we need 2 1/8, 3 5/8. 5, 6 1/2, 7 7/8, 9 3/8, and 10 3/4. So again, I don't know, you might be able to see it better that side. Let me see if I can get it. No, it's very awkward to pick up, but I've just put, oh there you go, look, little dents all the way along. Okay, so next onto our lid. So this is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8, and all you're going to do is score at 1/2 inch on all sides. Okay, So score and rotate 90 degrees and keep going round, okay? And then for our base, which is 2 5/16 by 2 5/16, again, 1/2 inch all the way around. Okay, so get rid of your scoreboard, but keep your scoring tool, as there's a bit more we need to do. So we're done with the lid and the base. Right, what we need to do is where we've drawn these vertical lines here, again, sorry about the light, hopefully you can see them, I'll show it in a second. Where we've drawn these vertical lines, we need to connect each one to the nearest corner and the next one down. So I'll do a couple and show you. So just make sure you line it up nice and neatly, because these will be important. And just score. So as I say, I'll do the first couple so you can see. So hopefully you can see there, we've come off there and we've gone across the diagonal, from down and across to the diagonal. So we need to do that for all of the top ones. And then I'll show you the bottom ones in a second. So just keep going, take your time, as I say, these are the score lines we are going to be using to make those nice crisp corners. Keep going. At the end one, just go to the edge of the page. So there you go, hopefully you can see them all there. Okay, so then what we need to do at the bottom is where we've got the dot, it's exactly the same. So instead of having the vertical line, we've just got a dot. So again, I'll do a couple of these just to show you. Okay. So again, all I've done is the same. So wherever there was a little dot, I've just gone up diagonally. Okay. So just going to finish those off for you, and then we can start folding and burnishing. Okay. So let's bring everything back in, and we're just going to fold and burnish the lid and the base. Okay. So with these, there's only a few of them we're going to burnish and fold first. So the 1/2 inch one, and each of the ones along the long sides like this we're going to do. Okay. And then on the long side we're going to fold these ones back. Okay. And then the one at the top that we did the other way, we're just going to fold out. Okay. So as you can see, we've done some of them, but we haven't folded them all. That's the reason for that. It just makes it more difficult if you try and fold them now. So I've got my 1/2 inch section at the top and 1/2 inch section down the left hand side. So the first thing we're going to do is cut off this bottom rectangle. Okay. And we're just going to wedge in to the next one up. And then at the top side, we're just going to do exactly the same for now, and then we'll come back and do the rest. Up and straight down. Okay, so hopefully you can see that's all I've done. I've cut off, so we've got that middle section there, the larger section. The next thing we need to do is along the bottom. So in the vertical lines, we need to cut up each vertical line just in the bottom section. Okay, again, I'll hold it up to camera in a second. So all we've done is cut up each vertical line. And then the triangle to the left of that slot we've just cut, we're going to cut away. Okay, So each of those we're just going to cut the triangle away. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is we need to do the top. So this is a bit more complicated, but again we can cut down all these vertical lines. So if you go ahead and do that first. So again, we've got 4 sections. Then what we need to do, because this is making the this bit of the neck as well, there's a few more cuts to do. So starting on the right hand side, you've got your flap here. What you need to do is cut to the first score line and then just wedge it in a little bit on both sides, okay? So if I hold that up, there's the first score line. If I bend that, you can see first score line, and I've cut in to there. Okay. So then at the next triangle down, we're going to cut down at the vertical. I'm just going to fold this out of the way, and we're going to cut off that triangle again. I'll hold it up for you now. So we've got a triangle at the end and a flap next to it. Then the first section, and then when we have the next score line, we're going to cut that away to the vertical and the triangle off. So we've cut down here and across there, okay? So work your way along, doing exactly the same. So cut down, fold that one out of the way, and then cut at the diagonal, okay? And then across, and wedge in, and the same at the top, just to make it that bit neater. Okay. So keep going down the vertical, and then on this last section we need to cut the whole of this section away. So down the vertical and across to that corner. So this is what you end up with. Looks a bit odd. So from the left hand side we've got the flap, and we've got the 2 corners here. I won't bend them now, I'll show you, and a flap at the top. And then effectively all we do is repeat that section all the way down. Oh, I've missed one there, so I'll do that. So that section we repeat all the way down. Okay, so as I say, I've missed one here, so I'm just going to go in and wedge that. Okay, so now we can do our little folding of the triangles. So each of these triangles, be very careful with them. You just need to fold them back and burnish, but these are what make our lovely crisp points. So just be gentle with them and let them lead the folding, shall we say. And then burnish them once you're happy with them. Okay. So just be gentle and ease them in. Ease them in. Okay, so that is what we've got at the bottom so far, and then exactly the same at the top. And also on the top we've got this little vertical one, so just fold him over. He'll fold nice and easily, and just fold and burnish him. And then these end pieces again, as I've said, just go along with them gently and fold them over. Okay, so just ease them. They will go on their own, but just... Right, so let's put that back over. So that's all we need to do for that for now. So then with the lid and the base, I'm just going to check I've got the right one. So with the lid, which is 2 3/8, we're going to make this as if we were making a normal box. So up the vertical, wedge in, and wedge to the other side. Rotate, up the cut, wedge in and again. So hopefully that makes sense. It's just if I'm making a normal box. And go all the way around. Turn again, last one. And just wedge them in. Okay. And then for the base we need to do a bit of angling. So from that corner we're going to chop, rotate and chop back. A bit of mitering effectively you'd call it. Can you see that? I'm sorry, my light's really bad today. It's the weather. It's raining outside. My light can't move, so I'm a bit stuck. So I do apologise, but I'm hoping it's bright enough for what we're doing. Okay, so we've gone all the way around. Alright, we can now start putting things together. So, you need to put glue on everything we've folded. So all the little triangles and the little flaps at the top and the one at the side. So you can use whatever glue you like. I'm going to be using our tear tape because I find this is quite quick and easy, and just line it up carefully. And the great thing about tear tape is if it goes over the edge, it doesn't matter. You can just fold it back on itself. Okay, so just go along all the edges and get it covered, and don't do like I've done there and cut it too short, but don't worry, I'll just stick this one over. Okay, so go along all the edges and make sure you've got them all covered in glue. Right to the edge is the main thing. Okay, I'm just going to cut that one as that was quite long. So this is the bit that's most time consuming, so I do apologise. I might edit the video, I might not, because this shows then how long it does take. I don't want to hide anything from you guys. This is how long it takes, it's how long it takes. So just keep going all the way down. And just make sure you get it right to that edge. Nearly there. And then just the lid and the base to do. But we can come back and do those in a minute. So, done that. So just do these little tabs, and I do this vertically. And then I will put just a little bit of there. And then you're going to have to watch me peel off the tear tape. So as I say, I am sorry, but I find this the best way for me to make this. Okay. So we then need to put tear tape on the base. We will come back and do the lid at the end, so we can actually make something. So, last two bits. Okay, so we're not going to take all the tape off at a time. We're going to take off the side here and just the bottom ones, okay? Just makes it easier to work with and put together. She says, and then I can't get the tear tape back enough. So any bits you've got too long, just fold them over on themselves. That works really well, and it just saves a bit of cutting. So again, just go along and tear off all the bottom ones. Use your piercing tool if you are having issues. just fold them back. Oh, last two. Okay. So, as we've made this box a square, the first one we're going to do is turn it over, fold in your flap and just line those up. Okay, so that's made a square. Then just fold out your top section just to give you a bit more room. So they're the ones that we haven't done the glue on. And then we need to do the base. Oh, I forgot to cut one off there, sorry, 1 second. Let me just cut that one off, I've got too many. So then what you need to do is fold in each corner. So hopefully you can see this. Let me get it a bit closer. So each corner, you're just going to fold in on a line. It'll start to go after a bit. Fold up in a line. And then the last couple. Okay, so there is the base done. And we're just going to stick in our base. So peel off. When I did make this originally, I made the base part of the bottom sheet, but I just found it wasted more cardstock as well, and it didn't turn out as neat, unfortunately. So just keep peeling these off. And then we're going to go in from the inside. Fold your flaps up and choose one side to line up. It's not very easy to show you, I'm afraid, so I'll do it now. So we've lined one up, and then all we're going to do is go around and push these down to make sure they're in the right place. Just takes a bit of wiggle time. Okay, oh, last corner I've gone a bit high. Okay, and there's the base, nice smooth finish. Okay, so you can probably guess where this is going. We now need to remove all the remaining tear tape. And just fold in any bits, as I've said already, that we've got extra. As it doesn't get in the way, which is nice about the tear tape and things. It's really well, you can just fold it back on itself as it is double-sided tape. So that's all the triangles done. And then just do your top little tabs as well, as it's easier if you take those off now than try and do them afterwards. There's not as much room. So just work your way around. Again, it's not fiddly, it's just, well, it's tear tape. We all know what tear tape's like. God, this video is 28 minutes. I am really sorry, guys. We're nearly there, honestly. Nearly there. Last two sections of tape again. Okay, so then this is exactly the same. You fold in each corner and line them up, but as you're doing that you need to line up the top as well. So if I go around here, so we need to fold in the triangle and line that up, and at the same time line up your top vertically. So just make sure as you're going round you are lining them up both diagonally and vertically. Okay, last one. Okay, and there we go. So there's a little top. So to do our lid, as we would normally do with a lid. So a bit of cardstock, daisy stamp, and the coordinating. So this is berry burst, and we just need to stamp out 2 daisy heads oh, I'm on off the page there, 2 daisy heads per flower. Okay. I'm just going to wash that as it does stain at the stamps. So grab your punch, take a bit of time to line them up. And then punch them out. Okay. So you then need to get your bone folder and go along each petal, and I'm going to fold them back this time. On my other one I did them forwards, but I'm going to go backwards on this one. Okay, very easy, just gives a bit of curved. You then need some mini glue dots. My Stampin' Up ones are, so these will be fine. And stick it to the back of one of your flowers. And then all we're going to do is line these up so they're opposite. So as you can see, it makes a fuller flower. Okay. I've then used, for my stems, I used straws. Clearly wire would be a lot better, but I only had straws handy. And then I used a bit of tape. Again, I didn't have anything else. And all I did was stick them to the back. And then we've got these gorgeous faceted gems. We've got the gold ones and the clear ones. So with the berry burst, I used the gold one. So I took the largest one and placed that in the centre. Okay, so that's exactly what I did with berry burst and fresh fig to create this lovely little bunch. So as I say, I'm not going to make this bunch now, but this is my previous bunch, and here's the box we've just made. And there we have beautiful little vase. And here's my both of them with matching lids. Looks very, very elegant once it's made. Look perfect on anyone's desk at work, or as a little thank you gift for somebody, or for someone that's not feeling well, has had a rough time. I think this would be gorgeous. Instead of getting them a bouquet of flowers, make them something like this and they'll last forever. As always guys, everything will be linked below to my blog. This will obviously be there. I'll link my previous blog for the July team, design team. I'll also link to the Stampin' Up shop and my email address if you have any queries. Please give this a thumbs up if you like, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you guys.